to check the Vero G Spotlight magazine. It's out every monthly issue, and you can get that at www.madcloud.com. Again, you get that at www.madcloud.com. It's called the Vero G Spotlight magazine. If you would like to be on that, you can contact me on my Instagram at officialverog.
Your baby mama's favorite DJ. Go! DJ Loudmouth.
We keep it turned up.
Tri-State #1 DJ on your AM dial.
The following program is sponsored by JM Empire Media and Productions.
All right, guys, welcome back for the Vero G Spotlight TV show, the 6th season. Woo, woo! Yes, as your girl Vero G, and I got a special guy on this side over here right now. Tell them who they are, who you are, sir.
I'm Gemini Stax, from New York. That's pretty much it.
Oh, that was simple. I like that. It was pretty good. All right, guys, on my other end over here, we got the one and only artist all the way from Texas flew in, show us love.
Yep.
You already know. Let's give it up for Highstrung. Woo!
What's good? You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know what it is. Happy to be here, man. Appreciate y'all having me.
Much
you
love.
know what I'm saying? So it's dope. It's an honor. You know, me and you, we talked a few times on IG, back and forth, sharing videos and music. And so, you know, I'm happy to be here. It's like being here with family. Thank you.
You're welcome. We're honored. So, you know, we have a whole show with you. We're going to talk about a lot of good stuff. So, just stay put. We got a lot of good stuff. You know, you already know.
For sure.
Oh, you already know. So, real quickly, guys, on the show, quick announcements. So, guys, you know, this Sunday will be the first annual Vero G Awards, guys. Yes, we're finally going to have it happen. Hosted by me, DJ Loudmouth, Gemini Stax. A few other people will be there. We have modeling. We have live performances and awards. So stay tuned for that. We'll let you guys know more further information when it's out this Sunday. Besides that, guys, the Vero G Spotlight magazine is out now, guys. The April issue. May issue will be out sometime soon. So stay tuned. And also, we got a special edition here because I want him to sign this.
Yes, sir.
You already know.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. He is on last year's issue for the December issue.
Yes.
Definitely 2022. So I'm getting that autograph before we get out of here. So let me make sure that.
Most definitely. I got you.
Yes, I got it. All right, I'm so excited. Besides that, new single out now called Toxic. Check that out. Myself, Beyond Blue, Imaj, Champagne, and Betty Ross, produced by Real Lyrics Productions, is out now all digital platforms. The music video will be next month in May, so stay tuned for that in due time. Also, guys, we actually have over 2K streams on that, and that was released a couple of days ago.
That's what's up.
So yeah, definitely.
Big salute for you for that.
Thank you.
For real.
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You already know, baby.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. It's getting crazy out there. I hear the crowds out in the background. Besides that, like I said, new album is coming out next month, guys. Energy is coming out, so stay tuned for that. The 5th EP album at all digital platforms. I'm very excited for that as well. So we got some topics for you guys. I'm gonna do the first one for all you guys here. Okay, so. Let me ask you, because you know you're from Texas, and I want your opinion on this, and also for New York City.
Okay.
So how is New York City evolving? What you've been seeing since you've been coming here, visiting, and everything else?
Like since I've been coming here, since like the few times I've been here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I've always looked at it as like I've been following hip hop since like I was in diapers. You know what I'm saying? Like my pops was a DJ before he even really knew he was a DJ. He was like selling little cassette tapes around the neighborhood and just shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And when he was in Korea, like they still use his mixes till this day.
That's amazing.
You know what I'm saying? So like New York was the mecca for me. You know what I mean? That was the thing, you know what I mean? So when the first time I came here, I think was in 2008.
Oh, wow.
And seeing how much it's evolved, you know what I'm saying? Since then, it's become a lot more gentrified for sure. Since 2008, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit I seen when I was in Brooklyn then now that I ain't see then, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like you know what I'm saying? Like it's just different. I'm not like, you know what I mean? Like it's a change that I think is dope, but I just think it's different, you know what I'm saying? It's just seeing that and the culture, just the culture is constantly evolving and changing. You know what I'm saying? Some people really fuck with it, some people don't. That's just true. Off of the simple fact that like some people just can't get past the fact that they had a really good time in their time. So they like, well, I had such a good time. I don't like that it's evolving to this. Well, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure like Melly Mel them like when certain things was evolving to like per se Jay-Z or Pac, or I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying, I'm just guessing, I'm just using it as an example, but I'm just saying that there are certain things that change, and I could see, and I can't really explain the change, but I could feel it. You know what I'm saying? People, like, that's a good question, because I don't think you could really answer that. I can't really explain that change, but you could definitely feel the change. Like, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
From the style to people wear to the you know what I mean, to the yeah, it's just everything, you know what I mean? It's very hard to explain that question. It's such a dynamic and broad question, you feel me?
No, definitely. We love your feedback, because like I said, I knew you from Texas, and how is it over here? The difference from here to New York and to Texas?
Much different, you know what I'm saying? Y'all are a little bit more quicker and up on a little bit things. Like we, you know, us is about screwed music. I know specifically like the breakdown of it. Like a lot of people think that slabs and shit like that is the same thing everywhere in Texas, but that really comes from Houston. We kind of more on a lowrider type. If you look at my video Lone Star State, it's lowriders in there. That's kind of our culture, you know, from San Antonio. But I mean, like it's just a much different, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that the grind has picked up. We have to really study how to get our success or get noticed, you know, outside of our city, and study that that's what you're supposed to do. Exactly. Because we don't have record labels up the street. And, you know, we used to be able to say that, like, that's the difference. Like, we used to be able to say, well, if you're from New York, you could go to, if you're from LA, you could go to Capitol Records. If you're from New York, you can go to, but now even it's not like that. Wow. You can't really, what I noticed in New York, New Yorkers can't even just go in these buildings.
Not no more.
They have
security.
To be big on social media now and shit like that. So it's not about, so, you know what I'm saying? So, like, what I've noticed from New York is people have to understand that, like, from the South, that it's not as easy for New Yorkers no more as it used to be for them to even, not that it's saying it was easy then, you know what I mean? Because you had to convince whoever you was walking in that building, try to get past security, try to finesse. So true. You know what I'm saying? But now it's everybody, no matter where you live at, you got to be intact with social media. You know what I'm saying? I know some girls right now that got 500,000 followers and they broke as hell. Man, you know what I'm saying? They live in, there's roaches in their crib. Like, I know that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
We're not putting no names out, okay?
Oh, no, I'm not gonna do that. No Felicia's out here, right? Like, I'm just saying, like, it's a projected image of, like, bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that now in the game, like, authenticity is what helps you last long. You know what I'm saying? You could get in the game in any kind of way, but authenticity is what's really going to help you last long. And you know what I'm saying? Authenticity don't necessarily have to mean you have to be this just hard, real nigga. It just means that however you are, you have to stick to that. And you have to be that way and be proud of who you are, because eventually, you know what I'm saying, it's like standing on one leg. Eventually that next leg going to hit that ground again, because you're going to get tired of faking it. Facts. You know what I'm saying? And something is going to slip. And we're going to be able to tell that you're not like that. And then that's where you lose your, you know what I'm saying? But again, it's tricky. You know what I'm saying?
It's a balance in that situation. No,
there's certain things you could do now in the industry that if you did back then, you would just get shunned and it wouldn't be. Ooh. Now it's kind of acceptable to do certain things depending on who you are and depending on what type of imprint you made. I like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I feel like New York and Texas are two most definite two places that you have to be authentic. You know what I'm saying? To make it in this game. LA is the same way, you know what I'm saying? Like, overseas, they can do whatever to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some other story with that. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? But no, definitely. That's my opinion, you know what I'm saying, at least. You know what I mean? That's my outtake on it. These are the things that I'm observing when I'm out here.
I like that. That's what's up. Definitely. I can hear your opinion on this real quickly. What is your input on this?
I mean, I'm from New York, so.
No, I know, but I just want to, see. Because he got made like good points there, so I just want to get, your
I don't go nowhere, so it's like I'm from New York, so.
Bro, I mean, okay, the bodegas, the crackheads, all that stuff. I mean,
they're not there.
Let's keep it real, right? Like,
they're not there anymore, so.
No, they're out there. They're hiding that.
Well, they're not coming towards me, so whatever.
Well, that's a good thing, right? I mean.
I don't know.
So you don't know
right
now.
It was. Anyway, they're not coming. Well, it's not as I mean, I think it's better now. Because there's no. Well, everybody's grown now, so, and they got kids now, so, and everybody's staying in the house, so.
Yeah, but I be seeing crackers all the time out there in the corner. Yo, meet me not even like 25 cents.
That's
$1.
That's because they grew up there, and the people that own the stores don't want to tell them get the hell out of there.
Ooh.
Yeah. Supposed to tell them get out of there.
Yeah.
Because the cops don't do nothing over where we at. So.
Oh, listen, there's a whole other ball game with that situation. But let's change the scenery right now with this, right? So let's get right to it, guys. We're on the Artist Spotlight segment of Vero G Spotlight TV show. And again, I'm so honored to have you in the building.
Oh, appreciate it.
You already know. We got the official announcement. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's give it up for artist Highstrung. Come on now. Woo!
Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you.
We're giving that New York love right now, baby.
For sure. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I take it.
You're welcome. We like, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I definitely, like I said, I love the introduction that you mentioned. Thank God for social media, and you meet a lot of great people.
Facts.
And it's just amazing to have built a friendship with you for a couple of months, and even since last year.
Right.
And like I said, you're on December issue. You guys could see that last year of Vero G Spotlight magazine, which I am an honor.
Nah, I'm honored. I framed that joint.
Oh,
You know what
I
I'm
saw
saying?
that. I was like, oh my God.
I framed it in like the little glass thing, so it just looked like it's sitting on this. It looked like it's sitting on the air in a frame. You know what I'm saying? And I just got a new apartment, so it's definitely going on the wall.
Oh man,
sure.
He made my night.
Stuff though. I'm on the cover too though.
Oh, you want June? Calm down. Last year.
I'm on the cover.
He gotta always throw it in there. I'm a June, right?
Because look, if I'm on the cover, I want to make sure that everybody knows that I'm on the cover.
All right, well, baby, calm down. So I appreciate that.
Hey,
Oh, my.
talk your shit, bro.
It
You know
is-
what I'm saying?
it
Let
is-
everybody. I let everybody know that shit too.
So besides that, we know you. You're very well known in
Right.
Texas and also in other states. But those who don't know you, in particularly here in New York City,
Right.
tell them more about who you are as Highstrung.
So you know what I'm saying? I go by Highstrung, man. You know what I'm saying? Kind of a name just given to me, you know what I mean? Because I used to always be just real high strong about things. Like no matter what we talking about, I can argue with you about something. If I feel I'm right, I'm gonna argue with you. You're gonna think that I'm actually aggressive, but I'm really cool. I don't got no intention to fight you, nothing like that.
Okay.
I just
Not New Yorker, you know?
I believe in what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? And I run a label called Fly Zone, which means being fly in your own zone. It just simply means, man, to build confidence. It means no matter how you choose to live your life or what you choose to do in life, as long as you think you fly, that's all that truly matters. Fuck what people say, fuck what they think, you know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time, not giving a fuck is truly an art. You gotta really study the art of not giving a fuck. People say they don't give a fuck all the time, but it's not
Let it
true.
out.
They
Let it
give a
out.
fuck. You know what I'm saying? To not give a fuck about certain shit. Now I don't think you should never give a fuck about nothing, but you should definitely study the art of not letting people pull you certain type of ways and trying to please everybody. Sometimes you gotta say, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't care about that, and that's the realm that I'm in right now. I'm in a real peaceful space right now in my life, and it took me a while to get here. You know what I'm saying? Since then, everything has been falling into place. But but me as Highstrung, man, I'm just a guy from Texas, man, that from the ground up, I treated this like I was a superhero, and I felt like I had to save hip-hop, and I had to be a part of hip-hop, and I just had to do what I could, you know what I'm saying, to make my imprint, you know what I mean? I'm not really concentrating too much on what I'm doing here. I'm concentrating on what you guys remember me when I'm gone. You feel me? So I'm setting up certain platforms and certain things that I do. Like I started a school program called Strong on Knowledge.
Yes.
Since then, when we had that state test in Texas called STAR test. Since then, kids have went up 46% since we started the program. I go in, they bring all the grades in the gymnasium. I talk to them, you know what I'm saying? I uplift them, and then I spit bars for them. And then we ended it, and I get dapped, you know what I'm saying? Sign autographs and take pictures with them. So, you know what I'm saying? I simply, again, that's a part of Highstrung too. I just wanted to do that. People ask me all the time, how did you come up with that? I wish there was this amazing answer. I just wanted to do it because we didn't have that in my school. And I feel like if a rapper had came to my school, it would have changed the dynamic to how some of my homeboys that ended up. You know what I'm saying? I got homies that will never get out now. I got homies that are in that ground. I got homies that just they just are not happy with their life. Not that they in trouble. They just not happy with their job. They not happy with their wife. They not happy because I just feel like the dynamic of life made us think certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's constantly happened. So Highstrung is just here to give you. My name and what I represent is all about you being free with yourself. My last album was called Live Your Freedom Every Day. LYFE for life.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That was simply just like, man, live your freedom every day. You know what I mean? We so fixated on what everybody else is doing and what's cool and who's president and who, okay, but after that, who give a fuck?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what about you?
I love
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I really represent. You know what I mean? I represent just being free with yourself. I represent, you know what I'm saying? Just putting out great music, you know, that feel good music. I make timeless music. Some people make trap, some people make R&B, I make whatever is timeless.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That could be anything that falls into that. Have you ever listened to one of my albums, like my last album, right? It got 22 tracks, but it's 22 tracks of just different shit.
Woo.
And it's the same thing with this Rose from the Concrete. I named that one Life because I was kind of giving you life. I even dropped it on my birthday the day I was giving life.
Congratulations.
And then
Yeah.
this one is called Rose from the Concrete because I feel like that Rose from the Concrete is like, you know, it's like a field of roses, right? If I show both of y'all a field of roses right now, and I say pick the one rose I'm talking about right over there, you're not gonna be able to pick it.
Exactly.
But if you see a rose grow from a concrete, you gonna know you can see that a mile up. because that shit don't happen. So for me, it's like there are certain industries where there's a bunch of people, like the NBA. It's a shitload of players.
Oh, yeah.
But there are still roses from those concretes that we're always going to remember, like Tim Duncan, like Tony Parker, like Michael Jordan, like LeBron James. These are guys that you could recognize like a sore thumb in the NBA out of all players. Now, if I asked you to name me every player in the NBA, you couldn't.
No, I'm done.
None of us could. I don't know who sits on that bench. I don't know who, but there are roses from the concrete that we always gonna know. Like right now, if I say LeBron James and to anybody that don't even speak English, I'm like, hey, oh no English. Okay, LeBron James. Oh, LeBron.
Yeah, right,
you see what I'm saying?
knows
So it's like that's a rose from the concrete that people could recognize that. You know what I'm saying? That's a rose from the concrete. And I feel like that I've stepped into, in my city of San Antonio and in Texas, I feel like I've stepped into that realm of being a rose from the concrete. When you mention hip hop in San Antonio, even if you don't like my music, even if you don't even listen to it, and somebody say my name, if you're in San Antonio, they could put a face to my name.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody can say, well, I don't even know who, like, you know me. You know what I'm saying? You may not listen to my music, and I get that, but you know what I look like. You know what I mean? So I feel like that was the purpose of this. And then just all this magical shit happened after that. I found out Tupac had a Rose from the Concrete album, and I didn't know this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Like, so later on into your career, like, oh wow, wait a minute, there's like similarities and everything.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Like that's amazing. Talking about that now, we have to jump into this, right? Mm-hmm. Who are a few of your musical influences?
So crazy thing is, two of my biggest music influences came from here, which is Jay-Z, of course, and then, of course, Jadakiss. Okay. I was a big Jadakiss. Jadakiss, I spent a lot of time in detention in 10th grade. Like ISS, I was like...
go ahead, let it out.
I was in that shit a lot. Like ISS, I probably set a record for being at ISS, and, you know what I'm saying, like that year. And so I had my headphones, my iPod or my little music device I was using at the time. Mm-hmm. And I remember the first verse that I heard from Jadakiss was Feel Me. Ooh. And I remember him spitting that shit, and like it's just the way he came on there, like, hey, yo, I grew up very athletic, hard-headed, thought I knew everything, wanted to do everything. I was spoiled, stubborn, the only child, so the only thing I could do was hold it down. Now this is something that I could tell you that's no bullshit. I always been wicked with the flow since a little kid. My first addiction, G.I. Joes and Ices. After that, it was light-skinned girls and Nikes. Dog, that was my life. I was the only child.
You be here.
You know what I'm saying? I was the only child. I was going through shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everything he literally spit into those bars, and he said my first addiction was toys and popsicles, and then after that it was light-skinned girls and Nikes. Like I was into Jordans and light-skinned girls. Like,
I respect that.
That was like, you know what I'm saying? That was my literal life. So like I just resonated with every verse he had after that. You know what I'm saying? And then of course Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? Just because I felt like, you know what I'm saying, the way he, not even just him as an artist, but the way he transcended the game and what he did as an artist, and how people are so willing to follow his lead. And I had that and didn't know what to do with it, and he kind of tried to put that in perspective with his music. People followed me and listened to me talk since I was like in 4th grade, and I never understood this type of power.
You had the gravitational pull.
Yeah,
right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like crazy to the like point where we could be like all playing tag, and I'd be like, you know what, I want to play basketball, and kids would be like, all right, we ain't forget tag. You see what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. I always had that.
That's amazing.
That even now to this day I still had that glow, and I never really accepted it. Mm-hmm. And then I took that role, and it became important to me, and I knew I wanted to lead the right way. You know what I'm saying? So
definitely. I don't know. I just see like
but Pimp C, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead,
I don't want to forget about my state. Pimp C,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? That most definitely Pimp C was an influence. UGK, Bun B, you know what I'm saying? Gotta say Zero, Trey, you know what I'm saying? These guys, man, Chameleonaire for sure. Ooh. I was a big Chameleonaire.
Back in the days, yeah, who did it?
You know, the whole Texas movement, you know, really kicked off 2005. I've been hearing them forever. Wow. Those mixtapes that was coming out the flea market, I heard that way before 2005. But when they did Still Tipping, that's when the world got put on to, you know, and DJ Screw, most definitely. That's probably my biggest influence of all, because the way he just, you know, transcended the game. Not everybody got Screw in their music. Right. You know what I'm saying? This is a man that created his own, literally his own. Most people create a lane. He created a highway for music. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely gotta salute him, you know what I'm saying, for sure.
No, definitely.
But I got so many T.I., you know what I'm saying? I got so many, bro. It's so many from different areas that I could give you, but You know what I'm saying? I'm just a melting pot when it comes to the music. Nobody specifically, no one person has just influenced me. It's been a melting pot of a bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? Collectively.
No, definitely. I love that because it's like you need that, especially like it kind of influences you to be who you are today as an artist and individual. Right. And especially in your own craft, your music, people hear that like, oh, that's cool, but then you make it to your own style.
Right.
That's what makes you more stand out.
Right.
Definitely.
And that's one thing about me that I've always gotten a compliment on was my stage presence. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, it goes back to that Rose from the Concrete.
Cheap plug. Like, I got you.
When you, yeah.
We
You know what I'm saying? Shameless plug.
I got it right here.
But you know, I like when I'm on that stage, it could be 20 rappers at the show. When I'm on the stage, you're going to remember Highstrung, you know what I'm saying? And not just because of what I'm doing on stage, but because if I see everybody doing, well, I ain't going to get in my secret, but, you know what I'm saying? If I see everybody doing a certain thing, I might try to do something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because, you know what I mean? I remember being in San Antonio when I first came there, 07. I didn't really kick off, and people didn't really start knowing my name till 2010.
Wow.
I had a video shoot on the East Side. Shout out to my dog, Avar the Star. He was the first one to really give me a chance on the East Side, which is like the hood for us. And he really embraced me. He had a video shoot that next day, 210 Artist Day.
That's amazing.
At MLK, and it was crazy. Like every artist that you could think of came out. But the day before he came out to my shoot, he told me he was going to do it. He kept his word. He came out, and a whole bunch of other people did too.
That's amazing.
And it was just dope, man. The energy was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And like, I didn't get pressed, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not really supposed to be on the side that I was on unless you're really from there, you know what I'm saying?
No, you stood out. That's a good thing.
Yeah, so like, you know, people just started respecting it. So I kicked off like, so, you know, but I remember I wouldn't even get my name put on the flyers.
Wow. But
people remembered me. And that was like, it was like, damn, like if you really doing what you're supposed to on that stage, it don't even matter if you were the main person on that flyer or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to do what you're supposed to do. And I always perform whether it was in front of 2 people, 5 people, or 10 people, like it was 1,000 people in that crowd. Now when people ask me, do you get nervous when you be out there in front of all them people? I don't, because I've been doing it since I had only 10 people in the crowd. Yeah. You know what I mean? So most definitely.
That's what you have any question? I don't feel bad. You got a question now? I'm going to stick on the spot now.
I see. Well, I don't got no questions, but
no, not right now. No.
Okay, so how many times have you been on the magazine?
Oh, you got to put that question in there,
How many
man.
times have I been on a magazine?
Or how many magazines have you been on?
Oh, okay.
Man, that's a good question. I'm going to say 7.
Oh.
7 magazines. I only ever been on 3 covers, though.
Okay.
So it makes it more special.
So this is my 3rd cover. I haven't had like 7 on the cover of a magazine, you know what I'm saying? Okay. But I have made 3, you know what I'm saying, covers of a magazine. One was overseas, and that was special to me.
That's amazing.
I went to Korea. I toured Korea, and I went to Daegu, and they liked it so much that I was on a magazine, front of a magazine, so that was dope.
Wow, congratulations, man. That's amazing.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You're welcome. Anything else you want to add, man?
Nah, yeah, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
In case I get asked that question again one day.
Yeah, wait a minute,
I gotta keep up with that shit now, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, was it 8 or 7 now?
You're like, I keep count over here, man.
Yeah.
Definitely, man.
I don't think I've ever been asked
What's
that.
That's cool. You got female artists that you like?
Like in the industry?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm a Meg Thee Stallion, of course. She repped the state, so for sure Meg Thee Stallion. I like Cardi, man. I like Cardi B. She dope.
Who would you like to work with?
Ooh, if you have the option, that'd be really good.
If you had the option, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I would love to work like out of them two.
Mm-hmm.
Just general.
Okay, in general, I would like to work with definitely both of them. I would like to work with Janae Aiko.
Oh, that's
good.
Me just growing up in hip hop, like I would love Mary J on the record. You know what I'm saying? Just cause like just to have a Mary J on the record, you know what I'm saying? Crazy to me. Man, SZA. SZA dope.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I love the collaboration with rap and R&B. So that's where most of mine gonna come from. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I'll pretty much work with like a lot of females, man. It just depends on what they own and what type of, you know what I'm saying? like some shit just wouldn't make sense with me. Like what's the chick's name?
Which one?
Gorilla.
I can't I never get her name right.
Glorilla.
You got it.
Like,
I always mess that name up. Yeah.
I think for the type of shit she do is dope for her, but I personally,
that's too much for me.
I personally couldn't work with her because I don't have a record. Like for me, I want to make timeless record, and I don't feel like me and her would make a timeless record. I feel like it would be a hot record for the time.
Exactly.
But I feel like that like people like. You know, the few that I just named, us making a record together, you can listen to that record like forever. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing to say about Glorilla because, like I said, I think that she does is dope. But I just couldn't. You know what I mean?
It's just you have your
So
certain
what about
name.
what's that lady's name? Ice Spice.
Oh God,
Ice Spice.
Now I'm drinking my water with that one.
What? She got one with
I'm not gonna even
Nicki
answer that
Minaj.
question.
So I mean,
Oh, I'm drinking my tea right now.
I would like to see her. I could work with her. I mean, for sure, I want to see her twerk if she working with me. I got to see her twerk one time because that ass is fat. But
yeah, at least being honest, right? I mean,
yeah. Like
shoot.
I just got to see that. But I mean, I would definitely work with her though, for sure, for sure.
You heard it first here on the show. Hey now, Aaron. All right, so next question. Now we're gonna get right into the both albums because we have both songs. We're gonna play it in due time. But let's get right into the new project, like you mentioned right now, which is called Rose from the Concrete. That just came out this year.
It hasn't come out yet.
No, also,
No,
we
yeah,
get
it ain't
exclusive?
even came out. Yeah, this is an exclusive. This record
You
you
my
got.
face, right?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, it's an exclusive. This shit ain't even out yet. It don't even have a date.
No way.
It's just summer 23. That's all I know.
But definitely.
That's
for
what
sure.
I can give you is that it's summer 23. I can't even give you a confirmed date.
Get out of here.
It hasn't come out yet.
Oh, we are honored here.
It's in the mastering process right now.
Oh, so it's still in the process.
So yeah, so it's done. The recording process is done.
Yes.
It's getting mastered, but yeah, I recorded like over 50 tracks for that album.
Jesus.
But I'm
Wow.
only selecting 23.
Right.
But I wanted to have more records to choose from.
That's amazing.
So the hardest problem that I have with that album right now is that I just don't know what to choose because every song's a banger, and I'm not saying that because every artist, every one of my songs is a banger. Nigga, like nah, it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I'm dead serious. Like I took my time. Every song's a banger because every song felt like I was supposed to have it for the album.
Yes.
So I was recording it, and then I got so many, and I was like, oh shit.
The selection
I don't really know
process.
what to. Yeah, so that's gonna be a headache, but it's gonna be a
Wow.
good headache.
So okay, so you have 23 tracks so far.
I got 50 tracks.
50, but you have to-
but I'm gonna pick 23.
Ooh,
And I haven't even started picking yet because we still mastering. So because you
Yes,
know
that's a process,
when you
yeah, I know.
record a record, it might sound different
Until
after
it's
it's
getting
mastered.
done. Mhm.
It might be a drop put in there or an explosion or a gunshot, something that just made it that took that record to another
To another
level.
level.
So I'm like, yo,
that's amazing. Okay, so talk about the single. It's called If You Know.
if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. So talk about that. Yeah.
Man, that's just more of a flex single, you know what I'm saying? Like something that I wanted to do. And it's got that drill feel, like for that New York type feel, you know what I'm saying? I was chopping it up with one of my New York friends, and he was saying about the beats, and we got into it like because we always get into like Texas and New York's conversations.
Yes.
And he was like, "I bet you couldn't you couldn't hop on no drill beat like that nigga and really fuck it up like that." And I was like, "Bro, stop
Come on,
fucking
don't
playing
do
with
this to me."
So then like I hopped on that hoe, and it was supposed to be just to like show him like, nigga, this is what it is. Like,
Ooh.
but I ended up liking it so much that I ended up getting like 2 more records like that.
What? So you just went to the
so
style
I got
with it.
so like yeah, so it's a record on there for every side. You feel me? Like everybody. But this is if you know is definitely like a it's definitely like a hype flex type record. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
So yeah.
Okay, we're gonna play it in a while so people, the viewers, the listeners, hear it and get their vibe on it and everything
Yeah,
else.
y'all
So-
definitely gonna like that record, man.
We
Like
can't
it's a
wait.
crazy record.
Ooh.
But I do want to say that if that's what you think the album is on, don't confuse yourself and don't do that to yourself.
Ooh.
Because the album is not. It's on a lot of different things.
So what kind of genres you particularly like? Just give it a little sample. Like R&B, you said hip hop.
Yeah, I love hip hop. I love R&B. I love country actually too. Just depending on who I'm listening to. But I actually like to listen to country. It suits me, and I love the stories in country. I listen to pretty much everything except for folk music and heavy metal.
Yeah.
I just can't get with the screaming and shit.
That's
I
too
tried
much.
to, and then folk music. Like my name actually Highstrung. There's a folk group named Highstrung. I actually went to like court behind that.
legally
but
to get
as
that.
long as I stay within the realm of hip hop, I don't have to worry about
so
it.
you had no issues with
Nah,
it?
they was cool with it. As long as I as long as I don't try to do no folk music, and I was like, y'all don't gotta
But
worry.
now you're gonna
you know
have
what
to
I'm
go
saying?
through
I
the
ain't
legal
touching
courts.
no folk music. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was.
So
all
what
good.
about that? No, you're good. You're good.
But yeah, for sure.
No, definitely.
But this new project, man, is
Amazing.
it's incredible, bro. Like for real. Like not even on no bullshit. It's just really a dope record. It's like dope records on here. You know what I'm saying? I could even tell you like, man, it's so
Give us exclusive. Come on, I want to hear more. Like I'm excited. Come on, yeah, come on.
Like
Yeah.
I think I just made the new Jesus Walks.
What?
Yeah.
So you have your version of it, like besides
Like,
Kanye West.
Kanye wrote this song that I got is called Jesus,
Oh, okay.
which I know is gonna cause a lot of conversation, but it's a dope. It's just to say like one of the records that I always do my albums with inspiration. I have inspiration inside my album. I always leave you with inspiration. That's the last type of songs that you're gonna hear. And Jesus is definitely one of those records, you know what I'm saying? But it hits so heavy like Jesus Walks did. But it's like my version of telling you like this is what it is. You feel me? Like, and I can't go too much into it because like I said, it's in the mastering process. But it's,
Let it be. Yeah.
but yeah, when you hear Vero, you're gonna be like, this shit is kind of crazy.
Listen, I want to hear I'm gonna do first pair of ears to hear this. Okay,
Yeah,
I really
yeah,
want to
for
be.
sure.
I want to diversionize it. Okay, and that
Sure,
not
for
God. Forgive me saying that, but you know what I mean, in a good way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just in a good way, God. Forgive me, God. Yes, definitely. So, talking about that, I want to add something else to this. Now, you also mentioned talk about the last album, Life, YFE,
Yeah,
which stands for Live Your Freedom Every Day.
yeah.
And actually, that has gotten over 530K
Streams and
downloads. God bless you.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I
that's
appreciate
big. That's
First big one
Wow.
that we had. It went it went gold on Spotify.
what?
It went gold on Spotify, man.
That's
So,
amazing.
it was crazy. They sent us a plaque and everything.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was
I
dope.
think I seen that. Yeah.
It was dope.
Wow.
That, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, that album came from a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was going
Okay.
through so much at that time. So that album was like, it created itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was going through shit, but I was like just writing music. You know what I'm saying? Doing what I always did. I didn't even really suspect the album. I didn't know what it was going to do. I just knew that I had to get it out. You know what I'm saying? And everything that I literally was going through, I was writing. You know what I'm saying? I could have went through it that day and it got wrote down. You know what I mean? So for me, that shit was just, it was beautiful how it turned out. Everything from the intro to the end of that. You know what I'm saying? My favorite song on there is also my manager's probably favorite song, Lisa, her, is Win. You know what I'm saying? Win is a great track. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Just, and you know, you got to imagine during that time of making that album, so many things happened. Nipsey had just died.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
You know, the pandemic shit kind of was still in heavy. You know what I'm saying? Actually, that's why it came out in 2021 because it was supposed to drop in 2020, and I shot the video to drop literally a day or two.
Oh.
It was like a day or two before everything shut down.
You're kidding me.
So luckily I did that because I was able to push something
Right.
while all that shit was happening. Because everybody lost their way during that time. People stopped working. Niggas didn't know how to like really promote because we
I
couldn't be
remember that,
outside.
yeah.
You know, that's why I started a damn podcast because I
Might
you
as
know what
well.
I'm
I
saying?
mean, it's still
Because
home.
you know what I'm saying, which is Trill Talk No Cap, which is still up and running. You know what I'm saying? But
Congratulations.
I started that just because I was like I had to figure out something to do with my time. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But yeah, man, it just was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Every song on there, I had two intros. Basically, I had my first intro, which was just me going in.
Awesome.
Then I had my second intro, which was Legend, which is a really dope track. I got a video out to that, too.
Ooh, I want you to
I
see
shot
that,
a
man.
lot of visuals to this album because I wanted everybody to feel and see where I was coming from when it came to this album. So, yeah, man, this album that album was an incredible album. Honestly, she hear me say it all the time. I say, I don't know how I'm going to beat this album. But I did it this time, too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
that's a
Like,
beautiful
Rose on the
thing.
Concrete is a step up from this album because, you know,
Wow.
as long as your music grow with you, I feel like that it's always a need for you to make music.
That's
you
a
know, people
beautiful
feel like it's a certain type of time or something that you're supposed to do, or maybe you should stop. Like, no, dog. As long as I'm going through some shit, or as long as and people feeling it, I'm gonna keep making music. You know what I'm saying?
So true. And I'm going to tell you, relating as being an artist myself, I could tell you, I think we all go through trials and tribulations. And I think the best times when you're in your darkest moments, when you use that in your songwriting process. And when you see the vision of the songwriting and you see it to life and you see the visuals.
Right.
And you say, wow, you sit back and you're like, this is when I was in my darkest time.
Right.
And you know how many people you have impacted with your music. Now, talk about that. You know, how many people have been impacted in your music?
Man, like so many as far as like even the ages. You know what I'm saying? With the school program that we started, some of the kids graduate now.
Congratulations.
And some of the you know, some stories that I'll share, like one little girl used to cut herself and they said they couldn't stop. She couldn't stop cutting herself for like 2-3 years. I went to perform and talk to her one time, and she stopped. Then there was one kid, he was getting ready to join a gang. His father asked if he could call me off of Instagram. He called me and told me that his son turned in his flag and his gun and told him he wasn't going to join the gang no more. He even was like, we going to go down there on Wednesday and tell the dude that he's not going to be joining. I said, hey, man, I don't know how that shit work. I don't know if you just want to be going down there. You might just want to leave that alone. You know what I'm saying? Just little shit like that, too. And then just people coming up to me telling me what they think I am. You know, I tell them, a lot of people, a lot of other artists, that's actually affected me, but I love it. It's affected me in a way where, like, I'm grinding so tough. Most people that are great, they don't really know they great because they too busy trying to be great. So, like, when people come up to you and be like, oh, you this, you that, you the voice of the city, you be like, you in your mind, you feel like you ain't really lived up to that. You feel me? And so, for me, it used to affect me. Like, maybe I was trying to, like, live up to what these people, but then I started accepting it. You know what I'm saying? And realizing that, you know, the things that I'm being told aren't told to everybody all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird for me not to hear certain things that people, it would make their year. You see what I'm saying? So for me, I'm super blessed to even be in that position. You know what I mean? Like, I don't ever get cocky with that shit. Because that could get taken away from you tomorrow.
Yes.
So I'm super
true.
humble when anybody tell me nothing. Even if I'm just having the worst day and I don't want to hear nothing, I'm going to listen. I'm going to listen. I'm going to take the time out. I'm going to suck that shit up, and I'm going to listen to anybody that wants to talk to me, because you don't have to tell me shit. That's a freedom. That's something they chose to do.
Yes.
So regardless, that's the business I'm in. If I'm tired or whatever, I'm in the business of people needing to tell me something. You know what I'm saying? And if it's my music that's uplifted that person or made that person feel some type of way, shit, you know what I'm saying? I got a job to do, to continue to do that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't going to do nothing but put their family on it. And they, you know what I mean? Everybody going to just run down the history of why they fell in love with this artist at that time. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I've impacted a lot of people in a lot of major ways. I've started, you know what I'm saying, a lot of things. Some people that have podcasts in my city have podcasts now because of me.
Oh, wow.
Some people that do concerts now. There wasn't a lot of people doing concerts like that when I started doing the Fly Zone concerts. Now niggas is doing concerts left and right, which is dope.
It's inspiration.
I don't ever, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the guy either that, I'm looking for the credit. No. And
right.
I know that you wasn't doing that, but I'm not looking for no credit for that shit because I'm happy that you doing it. It's a blessing to me if anybody do or mimic or whatever, because I set a standard. Thank you. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So to know I'm impacting not only artists, but I'm impacting people, kids, grown-ups, everybody from 6 years old to 66 years old. You know what I'm saying? I'm impacting them. So it just shows you that the music is timeless and it can reach anybody. It's not just one person or a certain race or whatever that feels like it's just me that he's talking to. Like, no, I'm talking to everybody.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, amen to. I don't know. I guess I didn't want to say anything earlier we was talking, but I had to send this message to you. Lord uses me as a reason for here. I see you. I don't know why I'm saying this. You more involved in church and talking more to the youth, but I see you more in the church. I don't know why I'm saying this. I gotta tell you. I am a psychic, by the way. Y'all don't know, but now y'all officially heard me. Why I gotta tell my gifts out here? Anyway, shut you, Vero G. Anyway, back to you, sir. No, definitely. I see you. I don't know why I like a podium, and I see you speaking a lot more with the church, something with the church, and I see you doing a lot of ministry work. Continue doing that.
Right.
And also with the music, that's also helpful because a lot of people are impacted. That's why I asked you that question. People are impacted. People that you don't even know. That have not reached out to you yet. They are going to reach out to you soon.
That's crazy.
And they're going
I appreciate it. That's crazy.
You're welcome. And I'm just saying this. I listen. If you could validate, I'm for real, because I'm just telling you something. I'm just giving you.
No, you know what? It's so crazy. I've been told that before. I have a friend who she's from Detroit, and she tells me that all the time. Like, I see a church, and I know that me and my manager, she's very spiritual herself.
So you know what I was okay.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, I tell people all the time, like,
you see,
I like to. There are certain things, like, I always implement God in any album that I do. Like, I just told you, I wrote a song called Jesus.
That's beautiful.
And because I'm never ashamed of the gospel.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
listen.
I will always uplift and praise God for anything. I know that I'm sitting right here now because of him.
It's a blessing.
You know what I'm saying? And so I know that. You know what I mean? But I always say God knew my heart, because there's certain things, Vera, that I want to say in music, and there's certain type of things that I know that I would get kicked out the church for. You feel me? So
it's a time and place for everything.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that's the only reason and the thing that holds me back. You know what I'm saying? Because I just cannot bite my tongue when, you know what I'm saying? Like when I'm on a record and I say I'm mad at you, it don't hit to me as much as if I'm on the record, I'm like, I'm fucking mad at you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So see, it like that hit a little bit. Now you know I'm mad. You feel what I'm saying? So it's certain things that I feel like I just, me personally, you know what I'm saying? And I pray to God and talk to him about this all the time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But I'm always open and down to I know there's a time and a place. So I know that if I do get a chance to speak, I can't see myself just going into ministry, but I can't see myself speaking into churches. I can't see myself collaborating with, Christian hip hop artists, which I am about to, the remix to Jesus. So you're going to get the original version of my album, like Lone Star State. You got the original version, but the remix will be shot in a video. That's and the remix will be with Jay Nice. Shout out to my dog, Jay Nice. You know what I'm saying? We're going to shoot the video with him. You know what I'm saying? So... But yeah, for sure. You know what I mean?
Later. You know, you feel it. You felt she was like, I see the light. And I said, thank you. Oh, God is good. You're gonna make me cry, girl. We'll talk after the show. Don't leave yet. We're gonna take pictures on that. I already know, baby. I got you. Yeah. No, definitely. And I just, you're on the right path. It's just you have to be like you said. You have a good team. Mm-hmm. Stick with them. Make sure you build people who are like-minded and want good for you. For sure. And you're going to have people in your circle that sometimes they're there, but they're not there. Yeah. If you know I'm going with the message here.
Yeah, for sure.
And those are people you're going to have to keep your distance.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, those are the ones that, good for you, but then behind your back is another story. Yeah. So you're just going to, God is showing you something. Do what you got to do. Do the mission, the path. Right. Continue doing your distance from certain people that are not good for you in your circle. Right. But those right now, your team are amazing, and just rock with them.
And that's crazy you said that because I just started doing that this year. I seen it for the first time.
Lord, I don't make this shit up. I'm sorry, God.
I learned that you could block blessings hanging around the wrong people.
Yes.
I was blocking blessings for so long and started slowly kind of moving people out the circle. Mm-hmm. And when I started doing that, I got a new apartment, I got a new Benz.
God bless.
I got you know what I'm saying, certain shit started happening and I was like, this shit is crazy, like, because I feel like God withhold things until he say, man, you know what, I've been telling you, but until you learn, until you do it, you're not getting none of this. And I understand that, you know what I'm saying, because he's truly like our father. Yes. So I feel like certain things like that has happened, man. And I really just started learning that shit. And it's so peaceful too. You know what I'm saying? It's so peaceful when you do shit. When you remove people that, you know what I mean? Because people are cool with abusing how you feel about anything as long as they comfortable. I learned that shit. People get real comfortable with, even if you not comfortable, but as long as he does what I like him to do for me, amen, I don't really care. Like, I'll pretend I care and, oh, man, we're going to help you through this. But really, you're the problem. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're the problem.
Exactly.
But, you know what I mean? But, so, once you really learn to cut them people off, money will teach you that shit more than anything.
Oh, yes.
When people constantly got their hand out, I heard that shit probably my whole life, but never have enough money to where people, but now I started making money. I'm like, yo, like.
You start seeing the difference.
Like, like I'm looking at certain people when I'm out like, nigga, you never asked me for money.
And they come out the way. Hey, cuz, you know how they come out, oh, can you give me 10, 20? Like, and then they start adding more to it. Yeah,
it'd be weird. Or just acknowledgement. Like, people that, like, you never acknowledged nothing I was doing ever. And now, shit popping is like, oh yeah, nigga, or lying, like on the net. Like, I always fucked with my boy. I always knew he was gonna ride. No, I always knew he was a rider.
Those are the ones you don't even associate with someone.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I don't even play like that. I let niggas know off top he's lying.
Exactly.
That don't happen. That ain't real. Or they be like, this my nigga. I thought you was my nigga. No, you always said I was your nigga. You ain't heard me say it.
Exactly.
You put your arm around me, you took a picture, and you called me your nigga. That was you.
But what's the times when you was down and out, and that's when you needed him, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or niggas get into shit and be like, yeah, I thought you was gonna ride. How did you think that?
Exactly.
How did you think I was riding for you? I didn't come with you.
Yeah.
I don't ride with you. And nigga, I don't even know them niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I be telling people all the time, don't confuse me with being yo nigga. If you say that to me, I'm yo nigga. You not my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ride for my partners. You know what I'm saying? So that's a different thing. Don't confuse yourself and don't get mad at a person for that. Like, I've learned to accept people for who they are. One of the best stories I have is my best friend Sean. I was just with the homie recently before I left. But I remember when I was first moving CDs.
Oh,
and
man.
I remember the first time I got mad at him, we went back to the apartment. I said, bro, everybody that I know was selling CDs. How come you wasn't selling CDs? He taught me the most valuable lesson I could ever learn. He said, bro, I can't sell you like you sell yourself. He said, the thing is, you put me in a position to make me be something that I'm not.
That's right.
I'm not a person to get out here and sell. And I had to accept that's just not him.
Wow.
But he could support your dreams in a different way. And he's been doing that. You know what I'm saying? He's been spreading my dream, watching this. I tell him now, like, I just did this interview. I'm in New York. He like, yeah. His excitement is not there because this is what he always seen.
Wow.
For me, he's seen this bigger than me. He like, nigga, I already knew you was gonna be there.
You just got to put the work in. That's all.
Or when I talk about, J. Cole, Jay-Z, he be like, what about Highstrung, though, nigga? That's who I'm focused on. That's who I see.
That's
you see what I'm saying? Like, so he always see me at the same level.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, for me, like, it's like, damn, like, man, peace really could come, bro. It's really not hard to gain peace. You just got to be willing to cut shit off. And when we get used to a routine and a certain thing, we don't want to cut that shit off.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I mean? There it is. That's just what it is, bro.
Definitely. I gotta ask you another question because before we get into a show, you're actually doing a few shows I know, and shout outs to know that before we do that quickly. Now, big shout out to you.
Yeah.
I've been watching for a while now. He was just today at Sirius XM with my boy, Big Boy. Okay, let's clap it up. Okay,
I appreciate that.
Listen, how does that feel Big Boy is like known in the industry for years, and various other platforms. I think was Hot 97 or something. One of those.
I was with my dog Ray Rizzy.
Okay,
Ray Rizzy, yeah.
Okay,
but he's been big on XM for sure. But shout out to my manager. You know what I'm saying? Secret. A lot of people don't know, man. She works extremely fucking hard, and she's never in the front of the camera. First of all, just shout out to my entire team, Neil, Alex, Secret, and my dog Mike over there. Mike been rocking with me for like 10 years. You know what I'm saying? For more than 10 years, I think now. But she really made that happen. She really whipped that up. You know what I'm saying? Because they had been in contact. They've been cool, and it's always love when I seen them. And they've been kind of following the career for 3 years now. So they kind of pulled it. They finally told us to come up.
Congratulations,
and,
man.
It's big for me because I feel like that, like, we made history today. I don't think it's been a San Antonio artist who went to Sirius XM, you know what I'm saying, and did an interview, you know what I'm saying, on the main station. I don't think that's ever happened.
Big.
So for me, like, I made history today for my city. You know what I'm saying? My excitement is dumb right now inside. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're gonna cry later. I know.
Yeah, I probably will. I'm gonna do some silly shit. Probably, like, I'm gonna just pour champagne on the fucking floor for no reason. I don't know.
Do it, man.
What the fuck I'm gonna do? You know,
earn it.
It's gonna be some ignorant shit, but like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, man, like, that shit is crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? It really is dope. I appreciate everything, though. You know what I'm saying? So that was a true blessing to finally be there and sit in that chair and then have them play my music for millions. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it's a beautiful feeling, and the interview went really well. You know what I mean? I really wasn't nervous like I thought I would be. I thought I was gonna be, but it was just kind of more like focus. You know what I mean? Like, and just to walk in there too, to open those doors and to see my name on that big screen as a guest today, I'm like, that's fucking crazy.
Listen, that gives you more motivation to keep that you're on the right. As I said, you're on the right path.
Yeah.
Keep breaking those barriers and breaking those doors down.
I appreciate that, for real.
You're welcome.
But I'm happy to be here too, though. You know what I'm saying? This right here, you know what I'm saying? This right here is dope. Like I said, I've been wanting to get on this show since we talked on IG
for a while.
I could, you know what I'm saying? It's very few people that you could feel their spirit through social media site, and I felt your spirit every time we talked. Every time we talked, it was love, and you know what I'm saying? So yeah, most definitely.
Well, same back here.
Absolutely.
Definitely. We got to wrap it up. But before that, tell them where they could find you, social media.
Man, y'all can find me mostly where you want to find me, because I always post, you know what I'm saying, whether if it's not on my main page, it's always on my stories. But Instagram, official Highstrung. That's official HIGHSTRUNG. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you follow the YouTube and subscribe to the YouTube, because I'm constantly dropping videos and great content. So that's youtube.com/Highstrung official. You know what I'm saying? Once again, my name is spelled HIGHSTRUNG, and you can also follow me on Twitter. My Twitter game ain't up where it should be. But I'm getting better. You know what I'm saying? My manager gonna kick my ass because I know she want me to be on Twitter more. But official strong too. You can catch me official strong on there. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, y'all tap in, man. Make sure y'all tap in because I got a lot of stuff coming. Y'all definitely don't want to miss this album, Rose from the Concrete. It's gonna be a phenomenal album. I'm already calling it. It's gonna be album of the year for sure.
Awesome.
You know what I'm saying? So definitely, and I'm gonna come back and win one of those Vero G rewards.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
next year, baby.
Next year, I'm gonna come win one of them joints.
I'm gonna get all of them like the Grammys. We get all of them right now, baby. We just get all. We get like Beyonce. We can tell them,
yeah,
all right?
let me get all of them. I'm trying to set the record for having the most awards at that award show. At the Vero G
but let's see
award show.
what Gazi gives us next year. Wink, wink. Hey, baby.
For sure.
Definitely, we want to thank you from myself, Gemini, Stax. I got the right name by here, and you can find it right, Gemini Stax. And Mr. Lama himself. We want to thank you for coming on the show and blessing us. You know?
Absolutely, thank you for having me for real.
You
I would definitely tap in with y'all anytime that I'm in NY for sure.
Yeah, we would love that.
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
would truly love that. Definitely.
Got y'all.
And you already know. So thank you again. Salud, and blessings to you and everyone here in the building and all that. Thank you. And guys, thank you for watching the Vero G Spotlight TV show here. Again, you know how we do. Catch us each and every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all those places here, Manhattan, Brooklyn, the Bronx as well. So we'll see you guys until next time. It's your time to shine. Until then, guys. Bye.